Hello everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the new Eternia figure Skelcon by Mattel. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to take a look at him in packaging, then we're going to take a look at the figure and his accessories, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on him. And just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. I love the packaging for this figure. This looks really cool. So yeah, you have a small window here where you can see him and some of his accessories, but the artwork is outstanding. I love this picture of him right up front with his jaw open, ready for combat. You have him down, or another one of them down here. Two of them actually fighting Stratos. You got another one of Stratos' people up there, the Avions. You have his name right here, Skelcon. I guess this is Avion because it's up in flames and that's who they're fighting. So this is pretty cool. I like that. So you got Masters of the Universe, New Eternia. Look at the top. Oops. You got the Masterverse. All right. You have your Mattel logo. Ages 6 and up. 30 points of articulation. Spin them around this way. It's a continuation of the front. So you got more of the Skelcons here. You actually got one of the female Avions, which is really cool. I hope that's foreshadowing that we're actually going to get one, because they've always been around. They just never really made figures of them. So I think this would be a really cool figure to come out sometime in the future. Spinning around here. All right. Got a nice picture of the figure. His points of articulation and some of his accessories. A little bit about him. Mattel. Spinning around here. You get this really cool art. So you get this really nice headshot of him. Plus you get this nice profile picture. I like this. I like this a lot as well. And then underneath you got your SKU and legal. So with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging, and he's just a wicked looking figure. I love the overall look to him. I think he looks really cool. I love the detail to this guy. So first off, let's start with the rotation. So you have this side here, this side, around here, and back up to the front. Now let's get a close look at this guy because he's really cool looking. So first off, I love the head sculpt. All right. The head sculpt looks wicked. I love the detail to it. Now the mouth does open and close. So the mouth does open and close like that. The eye detail is really nice. You look around his hood. You can see this hood is like stitched together and what have you. It has this little skull. This little piece here. The way how this armor is designed. And then he even has these metal platelets. All right. Definitely has a Skeletor look to his body, but that don't matter because he's just a really, really, really cool looking figure. I do like this guy a lot. So with that being said, let's start looking at his points of articulation. So first off, the head does move. All right. Like I said earlier, the jaw does open and shut. His shoulder joint with a swivel, an elbow joint, and he has a wrist joint. All right, get this other arm up. He does have a joint underneath the ribs. All right. He has a swivel. Spin him around this way. He has a thigh joint with a swivel in there. A knee joint. A swivel at the top of the boot. And then last but not least, he has an ankle joint. So everything seems to move and work pretty well with him. I don't have any issues with any of his joints. So first, let's get into his accessories. So first up, he has a closed fist. All right. He also has another closed fist. All right. He has a dagger, sort of like some sort of stone and bone dagger. I kind of like the overall look to this. All right. He has some sort of bone axe. That looks pretty wicked. Looks like it's a jawbone from something, because this is definitely teeth in here and what have you. So just like a jawbone that from some creature he might have killed or whatever, that he just strapped onto a piece of wood. So I like that. That looks pretty wicked. He has a shield. All right. And last but not least, he comes with a spear. So let's see how well all this stuff works with him. So first off, let's do the dagger and the spear. Put the dagger in his hand and the spear. All right. Let's get this up around the wraps. All right. So the dagger and spear works very well with him. Let's get him up close. Don't have any issues with any of that. That out of his hand. This goes into this little sheath here. Just like that. Get the arm out of the way with no issues. Next, he has his shield. All right. So you have to get this around his hand. And that fits in there just like that. So the shield fits on him pretty easily. No issues with that. And last but not least, he has his axe. All right. So the axe fits in there pretty good. And he has a spot on his back here. Get this out of his hand. For that, which just sits right there like that, with no issues with any of that. So that's pretty cool. And now let's just swap out one of his fists. That comes off pretty easily. And the fist fits in there very nicely. I don't have any issues. So all his accessories work pretty well with him. I don't have any issues with any of that. So my final thoughts on this figure is I really like him. I think he's a great figure. I like the overall look to him. He looks very evil, very menacing. You know, all his joints work very well. Didn't have any problems with that. All his accessories swapped out good. Extra hands swapped out. Everything works fine with this figure. He just is a great looking figure. I'd highly recommend this guy to go with the rest of your Masterverse figures. So with that being said, I hope you all did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.